It's not on yet. Hello, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome back. Third week of
Advanced Vision Live.
Yes, Advanced Vision Live. I love that, actually. Advanced Vision Live, our third week. We're happy you're here. We miss you. We still miss you. We've been sending out things to our patients and, of course, blasting this all over social media for a couple weeks. So this week, we're going to talk about a topic that's very important to us, which is children's eyes and what you can do to protect it. Right now, especially during COVID-19, our kids are going to school online. It's freaking beautiful outside. So
gorgeous. Beautiful day.
Kids don't usually wear sunglasses. We don't think about that. So we're here. We have some slides. We're going to do something new. We actually have a presentation that we're going to go over some slides with you. We're going to do some screen sharing. Feel free to ask any questions on this side. We got Janet here answering questions. There's Jeff on there. So, and there's Aaron. Okay, but so we're gonna have a special guest speaker tonight from Essilor, and Essilor is the new lab that we partnered with. We're very excited about our partnership with Essilor. They have beautiful products. We're gonna talk a little bit more about them, and they really do have state-of-the-art products for children. So they have special lenses for blue light for kids, and then they have some really cool polarized options and some really cool transitions options we're gonna talk about today. So always you can protect your kids' eyes, keep them safe during this time. And yeah, so I'm going to let Dr. Young kick it off and kind of talk about some subjects and just jump right in.
So I talk to people all the time about kids, and kids depend on us. And kids are easily the most underrepresented population for eye care. And people say, well, if they're not complaining, they don't really have any problems. And I said, well, that's actually not true, because they wouldn't be complaining about cavities and childhood cancer. I said, they're not going to complain about any of these things because these things are potentially very normal for them. That's not necessarily good, but it's still just normal. So mostly you have to fail to see an eye doctor. You failed the school screening. You failed the screening at the pediatrician's office, or you happen to be doing poorly in school, and then you get to see the eye doctor. Mm-hmm. So we're going to go over some facts. We're going to go over and try to appeal to the intelligence to make sure that we're actually on top of things for kids. So people go, well, what am I missing here? And I said, well, as parents, and as guardians and people who are responsible for kids, they're depending on us to make good decisions for them. So if a 14-year-old called up and said, I wanted to get an eye exam, that 14-year-old we cannot see unless they are allowed by the parent or guardian.
Dilate them or anything, yeah.
Yeah, so I can't even see him. I said it would be against the law for me to see him. So the part of the body that does all the seeing is the brain. The part of the body that does all the interpreting of everything is your brain. Your eyes give your brain information, and 84% of the things that you have learned and still will learn are because of your eyes and your vision. 84%.
That's a huge amount, yeah.
So 11% from hearing. So it makes perfect sense that what we learn is from what we see and what we hear. But putting numbers to it hopefully gives people perspective of actually how important vision is. So we're laying the foundation for our vision in the first 10 years of life, for the most part. People say, huh? I said, we're laying the foundation for that person for the first 10 years of life. I said, there's physical aspects, there's mental aspects. I said, they've got to sleep well, they've got to eat well, and have their brain stimulated appropriately for them to actually learn appropriately over a lifetime. So people go, okay, what's the thought? So I've got some notes here because I always forget things.
You gotta get excited.
So helping, and the goal is not to get the kids in the glasses. And that's always the thing that parents are saying, well, I don't think he needs glasses. Glasses are actually not what we're talking about, but it actually is. So the aspect of seeing is getting light well focused, so the eye is in focus, and it's giving the brain the information that's clear. People say, okay, that makes sense, but what if it's clearer? They don't need glasses. And I said, there's potentially the kids don't need glasses.
But
that's absolutely
true. Some sort of glasses, so like some sort of eye protection, blue light protection, polarization, sun protection. They do need glasses. Every child needs a pair of glasses.
So the aspect of sunlight, and we all know that sunlight is a really healthy thing. It's a beautiful day today. I said, if we're not out today, we might not be out at all. I mean, it's crazy. People say it's too warm. I said, we're going to go outside after this.
Absolutely.
So we all know that sunlight is healthy. But pretty much most of us really understand that too much sunlight is actually very unhealthy. So this is part of the concept that everything kind of mostly in moderation, but some is good. Some might be even better, but too much of anything is not very good at all.
Yeah, you see people at the beach, they're slathering sunscreen all over their kids and they don't have sunglasses on. It's crazy, you know?
So the eyes develop just like your skin. People go, huh? And I said, yeah, this is news for a lot of people. So a child's skin, if we think about the skin, everybody understands the skin aspects, is still developing adult-like protection. So we wouldn't let the 3-year-old out on the beach for 7 hours without making sure that 3-year-old is actually protected. People say, well, that would be horrible. That kid could be fried to a crisp. And I'm going, uh-huh. But how many babies or kids do you actually see wearing sunglasses? So adult-like protection to ultraviolet light is developing up until about the age of 20, but it doesn't even start developing until about the age of 5. People say, what does that mean? I said, so at about the age of 5, adult or protection to ultraviolet light in the eye is starting to develop. So from 0 to 5, kids are supposed to be unprotected against ultraviolet light. And then we're developing various grades of protection over time, just like the skin. So we know that getting sunburns as kids is potentially predisposing for skin cancer down the road. We think a lot of the eye problems that we have as older adults comes from the lack of protection as a child. So I grew up in a time there was no sunscreen.
I didn't wear sunscreen. Just got burnt. Yeah.
Chrissy grew up on the beach, and she's fair-skinned, light-colored-eyed, and she's the type of person that probably did some sunburning.
Yeah, oh, so many times. I remember like the fan at night and the aloe. Like we just put the fan on me.
And then you did it the next week after you recovered from it, because that's just what we did back in the day. Yeah. But there's rarely a time that you would let your kids go out again without putting the sunscreen
Absolutely
on them.
Not.
Protecting the eyes is going to be what we're talking about today. Mm-hmm. So this is what we're thinking about. This is the foundation. This is the kind of the mentality of what we're thinking about. Is if you can think about damage to the skin over a lifetime, this is the same prospect as damage to the eyes. And if you're not protecting your eyes, you're going to have damage in some form. So ultraviolet light, we're going to talk about that briefly, and I'm trying to make it easy. And this is a concept. So ultraviolet light is outside of the visible range of the spectrum.
Yes.
So the violet end of the spectrum, this is where blue light comes from, is high energy light. Outside of that is ultraviolet light. People say, okay, what does that mean? I said, everybody knows that ultraviolet light is high energy light, and it's damaging, and it's probably pretty bad for you if you get too much of it. So there's 3 wavelengths of it. Ultraviolet C, B, and A. Well, all 3 of these are at least somewhat filtered by the atmosphere. So the sunlight's got to get through the Earth's atmosphere to get down to the ground level. UVC is almost all filtered in the atmosphere. So we're actually not worried about UVC as much. Now, there's aspects, and we're probably more worried about it in the future, but right now we're not worried about UVC as far as damage goes. So you see these sunglasses that are advertised UVA, UVB. Now, UVB is filtered by the atmosphere. So on a cloudy day, UVB is being more strongly filtered than on a non-cloudy day. So it's not a very cloudy day outside. UVB is coming through. Mm-hmm. UVA is very lightly filtered by the atmosphere. This is the least, but all 3 of these are filtered by the atmosphere. So UVC we're not so worried about. UVB, it depends on the cloud cover, and UVA. Now, UVB is responsible for the burning rays. Now, how many people actually get sunburns on a cloudy day? I've heard of this.
I got it. So I still on a boat. Yeah.
So someone who's fair skinned can get sunburn on a cloudy day, and I've actually met a couple of patients who tell me that they get sunburn on a cloudy day, and I said these are far and few
in the
between.
water. Yeah.
Yeah, mm-hmm. And you get a lot of the reflectance. Mm-hmm. UVA, and this is the one to be paying attention to. UVA is the aging rays.
That's where wrinkles come from.
So
I don't need to
protecting your skin, everybody understands, but the UVA is not filtered so much by the atmosphere. So when we protect ourselves, we're protecting ourselves mostly from UVA and UVB. Mm-hmm. So sunburn is bad, and I would always put sunscreen on to prevent sunburn. So I saw the dermatologist a couple of years ago, and he said, Spencer, you don't have any skin cancer, fortunately, but we want you to use sunscreen. And I came right back and I said, I don't use a lot of sunscreen. I don't burn very easily. And he said, Spencer, I'm not worried about you getting sunburn. I'm worried about you getting skin cancer. That's why you're here today, aren't you? Ding!
Yeah. Preventative measures.
I finally
brushing
figured
your
it
teeth.
out. So it's the aging aspects of it, mm-hmm. and it's the burn aspect of it. The burn aspect of it, it happens, but the aging aspect of it is happening. And how many of us want to look aged? Not many of us.
Well, sunglasses too, they don't protect just your eyes. They protect the skin around your eyes. That's very true.
10% of all skin cancers are actually on and around the eyelids. So this is the most delicate skin you have on your body, is right around your eyelids. And it's the lower eyelid that is most susceptible to sunlight. So you have growths on your eyelids, and really the only people who look for these things are eye doctors. So the eye doctor, when you go to see your eye doctor, ask them about these things. I got a spot that seems to be getting somewhat bigger. Bad. Mm-hmm. I've got a spot there that never changed. Keep an eye on it, because these things still can change. And people say, well, I don't have any of those things. Thank goodness.
Or they could be in the back of your eye too. Sometimes.
So that's actually very true. Yeah. So you can get these things inside your eye. So there's external damage, and then there's internal damage. The internal damage is the one you mostly go blind from. And everybody has heard of cataracts. We believe ultraviolet light is the #1 reason why people get cataracts.
Absolutely.
So people go, so what does all this mean? I said, it's an accumulation of all these things you do over a lifetime that gives you your vision as an older adult, and it's laying the foundations in those first few years. So this is the basis of all the things that we're going to be talking about today. And we have the opportunity, we have the privilege of trying to protect you and your kids. So we're going to be talking about kids. But all this applies to adults. It just applies to the kids even more because they are less protected.
Yes.
So Chrissy's got a few slides.
I am. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to do this. I haven't done this before. So, and then we actually have 2 experts from essilor on the line too. We're going to put them on in about 20 minutes to come talk. So 15, 20 minutes. Okay. So I see him down there at the bottom of my thing. So let's add this. Okay. So there's a lot of me, and we're going to go to share. All right. So the name of this was, okay, no. Okay, no. That's not what I want. Those are my personal email address. That's rad. Okay. Whatever. Okay. I meant present. Okay. Okay. So hopefully everyone can still see me. If somebody could comment if they can see me still so Jana can read it, that'd be great. So we already talked about how children receive more annual sun exposure than adults because of many of their activities. Are activity outdoor based. Well, they used to be, including school recess, which isn't a thing anymore, sports and playtime. This increases exposure to sunlight, also increases children's exposure to damaged ultraviolet light, and invisible electromagnetic radiation emitted by the sun. Children's eyes differ from adults in that children's ocular lenses cannot filter UV light and prevent it from reaching their retinas as effectively as adults' ocular lenses. This results in children's retinas being more exposed to UV light and susceptible to retinal damage if they're not adequately protected. That means put some sunglasses on your kids.
So this is the concept that the sun protection or the UV protection doesn't even start until the age of 5, is not completed until the age of 20.
And this is the one I tell patients all the time. 80% of the damage to our eye occurs before our 18th birthday. So, and damage can come from a lot of things, not just the sun. It can come from digital devices as well. The average child takes about 3 times the annual UV exposure of an adult. Kids with light-colored eyes are more susceptible to UV damage. Sun risks are the greatest from 8 to 10 a.m. and 2 to 4 p.m. Overexposure to the sun's rays can cause irreversible damage. Sunglass tips. Choose comfortable sunglasses with 100% UV protection. Start when they are babies. Putting babies on sunglasses is not only freaking adorable, it's important. Put sunglasses on your child when they're out in the sun. Let the kids pick out the sunglasses they like and reinforce how cool they look and what a good job they're doing taking care of their eyes. Be a good role model. Wear your sunglasses. Make sure the glasses are not too large, allowing them to stay in place while they play. Also, you can stop in and we'll adjust them for free. So,
a concept of how we pick sunglasses is that the kids will pick it because it's cool. This one's got the Power Rangers on it. This one's got Barbie on it. And so we let them pick them for those reasons.
They'll wear them.
And my son, Jaden's 10 now. And when he was younger, we were wanting him to wear sunglasses. So we would just pick whatever, or he'd let him pick whatever because those are the ones he was have to wear. So I finally got him a pair, and he puts them on. He says, "Dad, these are really good." And I'm going, what happened with all the other ones not being really good? You know what it was? It was the fit. It was the fit of the sunglasses. So it's not necessarily easy to fit a pair of sunglasses on a kid. The sunglasses, and for adults too, this is absolutely true for adults, the sunglasses need to fit the kid. And this one fit him really well. And I'm going, doggone it, I don't wear sunglasses that don't fit me very well. If you look down and they're falling off your face every single time, I go, even though they have the Power Rangers on the side or whatever, I said, that's not a good pair of sunglasses for the kids. So again, let the kids pick them, but you need to make sure that the doggone things fit. And this is where someone like Chrissy can help make sure that they're going to
all day long. Yes. And I just want to throw this in here. It's kind of a little off topic, but 20% of children struggle to read and vision problems, and 1 in 4 children have undetected vision problems. So, when you're worrying about protecting your kids' eyes from the sun, make sure that you're bringing them in for their yearly eye exams. Kids' eyes change so fast. So, I'm going to move on.
This is part of that foundation, laying the foundation for the first 10 years of life. So the eyes are giving the brain information, and this is where, if it's not giving the brain information that's very easily understood, this is where the confusion comes, and kids are laying the foundation to be a poor student as opposed to be a good student like we hope.
So it says, according to some studies, kids 8 to 18 years old are spending 7.5 hours a day in front of LED backlit screens. And it's probably more than that right now with COVID-19. This is
for sure.
That's how they're on school. And so, I have some more slides about that. Kids also tend to have larger pupils, allowing more of the HEV blue light to penetrate into their eyes. Furthermore, kids under the age of 18 are under the age of 18 old are at even greater risk because their crystalline lens have not fully developed and sufficient ocular lens pigment and melanin, allowing blue light to enter at full strength. So not good. Then I have blue light in children's eyes. So we just talked about the lens spectrum. This is a great picture of it. So if you look over here, this is the blue version. This is the stuff we cannot see. So
cursor to
right here. This is stuff we cannot see. And this is more of the stuff that we can see. So this is what we're worried about right here, whether it's from the sun or digital devices. So this is really what we're talking about today to keep your kids' eyes working for a long time. And then how e-lighting technology works and to help, and you can protect your eyes. So front lit reading and then backlit. So this is just some information, and you guys can look at the slide afterwards, but I'm not going to read the whole thing. But this is just the different way. Blue light from backlit tablets, and then this is from front lit.
There's certain Kindles that are much easier on the eyes, and it's more like looking at a piece of paper as opposed to a screen.
Absolutely.
So not all screens are created equal, and there are some that are actually better for your eyes than others.
So just doing some research around that when you're having your kiddos doing their homework. If you can switch them to the tablet, it's really going to help with their sleep and with their eye protection.
Certain types of tablets, not all tablets.
Yes, absolutely. How this is my favorite. I have a 12-year-old, and how getting to sleep is really hard. How blue light can affect your circadian rhythm. People whose melatonin levels are suppressed and whose body clocks are thrown off by excessive light exposure are more prone to depression. Over long term, not getting enough sleep can lead to neurotoxin buildup and can make it even harder to get sleep. A poor night's sleep caused by a nighttime smartphone use can make it harder to absorb and remember new information. These are all real studies. By disrupting your melatonin release patterns, your smartphone's light also messes with the hormones that control hunger. So this is all things we're doing right now that, this stuff is really new, and they really don't know the long-term effects. These studies are all pretty recent. Maybe 50 years down the road, they're going to have to say, you remember like DDT or, like stuff that they used.
Red dye.
Yeah, all of that stuff. This is new studies that they're finding now, and stuff that we thought was perfectly safe 50 years ago is now poison and illegal. So,
So really this young brain is growing, and the things that we're exposing it to, and things like blue light and the unprecedented amount of screen time that the kids are going through right now, we're thinking that it's changing the way the brain is laying this foundation that we were talking about. So you take a healthy, normal adult brain, and it can withstand a lot. So these things are not adults are not as affected by these things as kids. Now you have adult brains that are not healthy, and you have these young growing brains that we're influencing, and we're influencing with things that we think in the long run are not going to necessarily be good for everyone out there.
We're going to have to come up with some different solutions. Yeah. Slide is going to be, where's harmful blue light found? And we talked about this already, but metal halide lamps, LED lights, digital devices, and the sun. So the sun is obviously the most, which is why wearing sunglasses is very important. But also, like what Dr. Young was talking to me about the other day, back in the day before all of these digital devices, the only blue light we got was from the sun. So at night we didn't get blue light. So our bodies aren't really equipped to deal with as much blue light as we're getting now, even though it's a smaller amount from digital devices. We had candlelight and lamps. We didn't have all these LED lights. So this is something that we don't know the long-term effects of, and just making sure you protect your children. And then how can UV radiation damage affect my kids' eyes? So this is just some symptoms. If your kids' eyes are sunburned, disrupted sleep, severe pain, and spasm of the eyelids. So, if you do have your kids out in the sun and you forgot to put sunglasses on, please look for some of these and give us a call, please, or your eye doctor wherever you're at.
Yeah, the problem is that it's real.
Mm-hmm. How should I protect my children's eyes? Limit outdoor time between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m., the hours when UV radiation is the strongest. Arm children with UV protected sunglasses whenever they step outside, no matter where they are, if it's sunny or cloudy or what time of the year it is. What should I look for in purchasing sunglasses? This is a big one. UVA and UVB protection, often designated by the sticker or label. Shop at a credible source. Do not purchase from street vendors or online auction sites. Comfort, and comfort, which is what he was talking about earlier with his child. So. And then other consideration. Plastic sunglasses are inexpensive and come in a variety of colors, shades, and styles, including popular characters, which that may appeal to more young children. Price does not necessarily indicate quality. For children who are more apt to lose their sunglasses, please consider multiple inexpensive pairs and replace lost ones.
Or those little straps that they can put on.
Yeah.
So they get put down and then they get, at least it's dangling around their neck. We know where it is.
Yes. And so I'm just going to, we can go back to this list. Gray lenses, rubber frames, spring hinges, impact resistant lenses, and then goggles are a good option. And then no-nos, which is very important to me. Hats should never be used in place of sunglasses, especially baseball caps that don't offer peripheral protection. Dressing up sunglasses can be fun, but limit decoration. Don't let them draw on the glasses or place stickers on the lens. And the toy or costume sunglasses are not a supplement for the real thing. Okay. They do not have UV protection and can easily shatter or warp to cause more harm to the eye. Okay. And then we talked about this last week, but I want you guys to just really watch this. It's the 20-20-20 rule. So your children, protect your child's vision. Every 20 minutes, take 20 seconds and look away 20 feet. Very important. There is apps to help you. There's add-ons in your computer. They will remind the children to do that. And getting up and walking around is also very important. But this is a really good way to help your eyes and help your children's eyes not suffer from digital eye strain. Both kids and adults should be practicing this.
Yeah, it's not just kids.
Mm-hmm. Like we're here talking about kids today. Turn off devices 1 to 2 hours before going to bed. We were talking about melatonin and last week and blue light. So it disrupts your melatonin production and getting your kids to sleep is rough.
Any blue light is simulating daytime. The daylight is stimulating to your brain, so you're up and about. Mm-hmm. Now, if we're exposing ourselves to these type of lights, right up until the time we're going to bed, your brain hasn't had sufficient time to wind down. Mm-hmm. So sunlight, we don't go to bed right when the sun goes down. We go home and we turn on artificial lights. Now, all these artificial lights are a certain distance, and the amount of intensity that it's getting to you is diminished. This tablet, phone, is right up in your face now. And if you do this right up until the time you go to bed, there are possibilities, and we're not talking everybody out there, we're talking many people though, that it's going to disrupt your sleep cycle. Mm-hmm. And you need to sleep to be healthy.
Yes.
You need to sleep regularly.
Yeah, sure. Healthy. And then you know what? Now this is where we got into the transition part. So I'm actually going to have Jeff come up and talk about, so now we talked about all these things. Now we're going to talk about products that you can use to actually, but you can get for your children, prescription or non-prescription, to help. So I'm going to go ahead and have Jeff and Aaron jump on right now. We're going to move this. Okay. And hi, you guys. Hello.
Hey. I always got to put up one of my toys. Here, look at that guy.
Yeah.
He is protected.
Yeah.
Yes.
We talked earlier today, but I didn't get to see Aaron's face. It's nice to see you. Yeah.
Oh, you can't hear him.
I can't hear. Oh, wait. I got him on mute. There we go.
Hello.
Yeah,
there he is.
There we go. Hello.
Hello.
So these are our friends from essilor.
Yeah. Our new partners. Yeah.
Jeff Ing and Aaron Roth. And so they're the experts on the transition products. And I'm going to say a lot of people have heard of photo gray and transition type lenses. This is a whole world.
So freaking cool. Yeah.
A whole world outside of that. So they're going to talk about some of the newest products that they have available. So go ahead, Jeff and Aaron.
All right, let me give an overview. First of all, hello everybody. Thank you, Chrissy and Dr. Young, for having us. And I've got my buddy with me, my partner there, Aaron. Essilor is an international company based out of France, but we have a very large subsidiary, or whatever you want to call it, here in the United States. It's called Essilor USA. We manufacture and market lenses to correct and protect your eyesight. And one of our missions, improving lives by improving sight. So, oftentimes, one thing I had to note at the end, but you talked about it, how I see parents with their children. When we used to be able to go out, okay, and you see them go hiking, you see them biking, you see them out at the fairs. A lot of times they have their protection in their eyes, but all the children and the babies have nothing.
Yes.
I got a story on that too. Go ahead though.
Okay. Anyhow, so essilor is, we're known to making the greatest products. I'm being a little bit of a homer. I think essilor is a fantastic company.
I wouldn't have signed up with you guys. You're fantastic. So yeah.
And we have we have some products that name brand products people recognize, and we were the first progressive lens maker. The name of Verilux is a very popular name out in the marketplace. Crizal is our non-glare treatment or coating. Xperio is our polarized lenses. But the one that we want to highlight today is transitions.
Yes.
We're very excited about transitions. Another quick thing about transitions and children. Children love transitions.
They do. They think they're so cool. Yeah.
They do. And we made it even cooler.
About his that are coming, the blue ones. Yeah, so psyched. Yeah.
So we're excited. I'm going to talk just briefly on some of the things that Transitions has come out. We have a new version. We're on our 8th version. It's called Transitions 8, or Gen 8, actually, is what we really call it. So it's Transitions Signature Gen 8. Some of the features that it has, and we just talked about it, right? I have an answer for all those things you were talking about, Dr. Young and Chrissy. You said, we got to protect everybody from UV. We got to protect everybody from blue light.
We are.
Guess what?
They're all kids' lenses. Yeah.
We have the solution.
I've done 3 this week. Yeah,
we have the solutions. This is transition lenses all day, every day. Protection, we have 100% UV protection, and we have blue light protection up to 20%, up to 85%. So 20% indoors, 85% outdoors, because you just mentioned, people forget that there's a lot of blue light outdoors, and we forget about that. It's very convenient. The lenses are very convenient. Now, we're talking about, for those who don't know what transitions are.
Yes.
Transitions are lenses that change from, if you're indoors, they're clear, and you go outdoors, and it turns dark. And then when you go back indoors, it turns clear again. So they're fabulous as far as technology. I wasn't going to share this story, but it was just a couple of years ago that my bosses said, you need to wear them more often. I go, It was July 4th. I remember this. It was July 4th.
Yeah.
I show up at my doorstep, and I'm going out to look at fireworks at night, but during the day I put them on. It's like everything I'm saying. You just have to try it. You really do. So they're very convenient. When you go outside, they change. Sometimes you forget your sunglasses. Sometimes your sunglasses, oh, darn it, I left them at the office. Oh, darn it, I left them in the car. Oh, darn it, I left it at home. You have your sunglasses, you have protection, 100%. So it's very convenient to have them. Another interesting feature about them is they adapt to different lighting conditions.
Sure. Good for Washington.
Yes.
Great.
We have cloudy days, we have sunny days, we have days in between that. And the lenses change and adapt to that lighting condition. So it doesn't just turn dark, all dark when it's a cloudy, rainy day. We get a couple of those once in a while, right? So it's nice to have that feature. Another one that we forget about, and we find that transition lenses are great for light sensitivity. We find people are about 9 out of 10 people are somewhat light sensitive. Squinting, probably because all the devices that we're using, just squinting. And people say about 80% are bothered by some sort of bright light. So these lenses help with that. So basically, I'm going to talk a little bit and then let Aaron, because Aaron's falling asleep there.
No, I'm not.
Jeff's talking too much. I'm falling
Soaking
asleep.
it in.
Okay.
But I want to get into quickly. There's different types of transitions. We have the new one. It's called Gen 8. Okay, so that's the new one. That's our regular transition signature Gen 8. That's the one that is fully clear indoors and it turns darker outdoors. We have extra active, and those are the ones that are a little bit slight tint indoors and really dark outdoors. So for those folks who are out there gardening or who spend a lot of time outdoors, extra active is a good option. And then I don't want to be remiss to mention the Vantage.
Yes, Vantage. I love that lens.
Yeah, right. The polarized.
Mm-hmm.
Where you guys are from Bellingham, lots of water.
Mm-hmm.
Got water everywhere in the lakes.
Yeah. So many. Yeah, I live in
the
lake.
Snow.
Snow. Well, yeah.
No more snow. I have to go to. It's a rough winter.
So I want to talk really quick about what's so great about Gen 8. That's our newest product that just came out last year. So, guys, you tell me, what do people always complain about with transitions sometimes?
Well, they don't turn them behind the car.
True.
Okay. Also, in that they don't like the colors. That's like, they don't like that they're black, which is like pretty rad. That's not a thing anymore.
What else?
They take a long time to turn.
There it is, right there.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? We improved it. Better than ever. New and improved.
Yeah, they go fast. Yeah, I have one right here actually. Yeah.
So do I. So what? You know what I'm going to do? Watch this. I have a pair right here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to clear. Right. I have my UV light.
Me too. Don't look at
you. Were you going to fire it up really quick?
Maybe I was going to fire
it up too.
We all do.
If Paul Pelton's on here, I still hear him. Oh,
I was talking. Look, it's dark already.
Mm-hmm.
I just.
Rad.
Okay.
I don't think I have it.
It's 30% faster dark to get from light to dark, and then it's going to be 3 minutes faster, kind of going to get back to clear. So that's amazing in itself.
That is amazing. That's so fast.
See how quick that was?
I think I'm
not messing around anymore. Transition is the best product.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other Me Too products out there. Well, no Me Too products. We got to have the very best, especially for the children.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's their eyes
You did mention, Chrissy, Extra Active does help with the car a little bit. There's a little bit of a tint in the car, but it doesn't replace sunglasses. And if we have a moment, we'll talk a little bit about it.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing I want to mention too about wearer's satisfaction. 9 out of 10 people, more than that actually, in the 90%, people love transitions when they try it and put it on.
And when they get it, like they're stuck on it, they can't not get them. Yeah, it's great. Like they don't.
And since we're doing this with you guys, like we can almost guarantee it. Mm-hmm. So you put them all in transitions and they don't like it, I'll put them back in clear, no charge.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Here comes 5,000 orders.
No,
I'm going to be here. I'm not doing this webinar next time.
I know, you'll get fired.
So I want to wrap up with this, and then Aaron will tell. I missed so much, but Aaron's going to fill. We have a feature. It's the essilor next gen offer. It's called Engo.
Oh yeah.
They come in and buy a pair of transitions, Gen 8 and Crizal, our non-glare treatment on Verilux lenses, Eisen lenses, even single vision.
Okay.
Yeah, people forget about that. Mm-hmm. Then you get a free pair of clear lenses.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's when is that going till? It's going for a while, isn't it?
Well, they got to hurry up because I think Aaron is end of the month, right, Aaron?
It's the end of the month. Oh, that's great.
It's currently slated for the end of the month. Yeah, we'll keep you posted.
That's 3 more weeks. That's a while.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Aaron, your turn.
Well,
fill in all the things I was wrong and
you covered a lot. I know.
How about the colors? Tell them about the colors.
Yeah. we'll get to the fun stuff because I know when we think transitions, I know for a lot of us, we think of those old lenses, right, that took forever to fade back. Really, they came in brown and gray, not very stylish. Look at that. Practically clear again. Nice. But it's 2020, right? And I think the eyewear market has changed. Not only do we use glasses for a practical use, but also for a stylish use. I'd be remiss not to say that. And so we heard what everybody said, and we wanted to address that. So is it possible for me to just share my screen?
Yep. Is it?
Let me try this. I've never done this.
Okay. Yeah. Welcome to StreamYard. Oh, there you go. Okay, I'm in charge. So, yep, there we go. I'll add it. Woo!
I think that's where it is. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Well, I want to at least show you guys what is all available as of now in Transitions Gen 8. So gone are the days of the brown and grays. They're still available. They're still very popular, but we've added a number of colors. So currently we have amber, and you'll see it change over here on the left. And we have amber, emerald, sapphire, which is one of my personal favorites, and amethyst.
And this is on your website. Like any of our patients can go to this, correct?
This is on our website. We have a number of resources. We'll be getting you guys some in-office literature for once COVID starts to make its way out of town and we resume to more of a normalcy. We'll have all of these things available for your patients in the practice. But not only do we have a new variety of colors, but we've added style mirrors.
Yes.
And this is what I'm extremely excited about. So
I just got my mom the pink. Yeah, they look
yes,
so
they're so cool. I've got a pair that are coming. I'm so excited to wear them. So we have red mirrors, pink mirrors. I'm biased. I love blue, but that's just me.
I just ordered him blue. Yeah.
The silver's super sleek, very West Coast in my opinion. And then we also have green and we have gold. The beauty of this is you're able to really pick and choose, your frame, the color of the frame, the style of the frame, but then now you get to choose the color of the lens itself and then add a mirror on there if you like as well. So, bringing everything together, Transitions is no longer, just this, this simplistic style of lens. This truly is a light, intelligent lens that offers convenience, protection, and comfortability for you, for your children. It's the perfect lens. So that's it does. Yeah, right. I think we all want to have a little style in our lives. So that's what's new. That's the latest and greatest with Transitions Gen 8. We'll be sending.
Yeah, don't get that in your eye.
Yeah, right. We'll be sending your office one or two of these, so your patients will be able to see this, see the lenses change right in front of them. Again, this is once COVID kind of blows over. But with that being said, I guess, do you guys have any questions that I can answer, or Jeff, is there anything else that you have?
If you have questions, I know they have like a little thing they're doing for us here in a minute. I'll let Mr. Jeff announce.
We need to caller 13.
Oh yeah, we can do that.
Whatever you guys want. I'm just kidding. But single vision, transition lenses, any color. We have the three colors, right? We have the base. We call it iconic, the gray, brown, and green. Mm-hmm. And then Aaron talked about all the fun colors we have now: sapphire, amber, amethyst, and emerald. Yeah. So whatever way you want to do it, call the number, whatever.
Our phone is on. Whoever calls us next wins a pair.
Wow.
It looks like
wait.
Dave was asking a question.
Nobody knows our number. Hold on. Boom. And we're good.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, wait. Show.
There.
Boom. Yes. All right. So we've had about, it looks like 30 people jump on and off right now. And, a lot of people watch it after. Not all people can see it live because they're working. But where are we?
I think Dave asked a question about nighttime driving and lenses.
Oh, wait. I can't see it. Hold on. Let me.
That are good for that are clear.
Oh, hello, everyone. Oh, Dave. Hi. Dave Burns. Dave wants to know about nighttime driving. How about nighttime driving? Any lens? Yes. Okay. Who called? Oh, my God. Well, listen. Hey, Dave, I'm going to answer your question live. You just want a free set of lenses. Are you there? Yeah, there's a lot of really good lenses for that. And we'll get you a pair. We're going to talk about different lens tints and stuff for night. So I will send you a message when this is over, and I'll get you a pair ordered from Mr. Yeah, you won. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Wow, that was quick.
That's fantastic.
That's great. That's perfect. All right. So we'll talk about that on here, and congratulations. That's awesome. You're welcome. Bye, Dave. Bye. So he's one of our patients here, and I'm really, really excited. He just want oh, yeah.
Aaron,
that's awesome.
New, how new is new?
For Transitions Gen 8?
The Gen 8, the mirror coating, the new colors, how new is new?
So Gen 8 is really, it's actually less than 1 year old. It'll be coming up on a year here this summer. But that was only with the colors. Style mirrors are new as of, we're going to call it Jan 1, 2020. And that's available in all material now. So there are no limitations on color. There are no limitations on your materials. And there are no limitations whether it's single vision or progressive.
So these people can be the first people on the block to have the mirror transition.
They can be the first on the block.
Dude,
that's right.
Cool in those.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and at the same time too, we had it was out last year, but it had to come out in phases. Certain materials, certain types of progressive. As Aaron mentioned, as of the first quarter of this year, everything's available now.
I love it.
You have the latest technologies, even in the new colors. They were one of the last ones that came in.
That was one of my biggest frustrations. Like last year, I was like, "Oh my god, we got these new colors! I'm so excited!" I lose my mind every time I show them the flyer, And then I have to call them back and say, "Okay, you can't get it."
That's right. Can't get into this material. Can't get it into this.
And now I'm
Parallax X lenses yet.
Maybe next year. That happened to me probably 10 times. So I'm pretty happy about it. So
it's all here now. Right.
So I'm plugging I think the Parallax X is the greatest lenses ever.
Me too.
Progressive.
Peripheral vision. They fit in lots of different prescriptions.
Okay, anyway, that's another day, another story. But
yeah. Okay. But we're talking about kids. Kids don't wear progressive. Well, sometimes they do. That's another thing. But accommodation issues. But we have the iZen for that too. So I touch on that real quick. The iZen lens for kids with accommodation issues. We use that here actually a lot.
So we live in a world that we actually need to see up close better. I looked this up. The concept of 20/20 vision. So when people tell you have 20/20 vision, most eye doctors are stopping right there. Hey, I got you at 20/20. We're talking about a chart on the wall at distance. And for the most part, our lives are actually up close now. The kids' lives are up close now. So we need lenses to be able to see up close, clearer, closer, and longer than we ever have in human history. So people go, well, wait a second, I don't need glasses. I said, you might not need glasses for distance, but this is a whole different game for things up close. So we have lenses out there now that are designed for the way we live our lives. If Jeff or Aaron wants to talk about the iZen lens, you can go right ahead here.
Like for kids with accommodation issues, maybe? Yeah.
Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah, so we have, so our single vision lens line is called iZen. And the beautiful thing about what we're able to do is we're able to accommodate, our iZen lenses, which already have blue light filter protection built into the lens itself. So for your children that may be on devices, whether or not it's for some quiet time for mom and dad, or they're studying for school, whatever it may be, iZen already has that blue light filter protection embedded into the lens itself. On top of that, with essilor, we offer a Crizal Kids package that only intensifies the blue light protection that your kids are going to receive. So it's right now it's the best, it's hands down the best single vision lens, plus anti-reflective coating, plus blue light protection on the market. And when you tie this all back together, transitions can be included on that, and that's something that when we talk about complete coverage and making sure that your children's eyes are protected, whether they're inside or out, it's going to do that. So
great.
Well, what also may I add too, our world has changed, and I'm not even talking about. I know our world has changed as far as what's going on now with the corona, but also the way we use our eyes. And children now no longer in the old days. We used to be just look at the projector and it was just look at the board. It was single vision, was out in the distance. But now children, I see them like looking at their devices and they're looking straight down at their devices, right? And there's phones and tablets and laptops. So all that has changed the way people see, how children see through their eyes now. Mm-hmm. And we have this lens for all children that is digital. So regular single vision lenses has been around forever, but it's been whatever it's single vision, hundreds of years. This is the new lenses. This is the lens for today's technology. And like Aaron mentioned, it has blue light protection. It's digitally surfaced.
I remember when these things were coming out, I was at Vision Expo and they said they had to borrow like NASA's supercomputers to come up with the coding, like to make them, like when they were using base curves, which is what they do to expand the vision. They had to use NASA's supercomputers because regular computers wouldn't. That was like so freaking awesome to me. I got so excited. That's what, I get excited about. So like I'm like, this is so freaking cool. Like this is your eyes. You use your eyes more than you use anything else. Like how is your purse going to cost more than your glasses? You know what I mean? And you use freaking supercomputers to make them. Like so awesome.
So
anyway.
Real quick, I just want to say, old lenses, old single vision lenses, we the best vision was in the distance. And then from that center, everything away from that center, not quite as clear.
Mm-hmm.
the new Eisen lenses, the Eisen Start, because what are kids doing nowadays? They're not just looking straight ahead. They are, but they're looking at their devices, right? They're looking down the lenses. As they look down the lenses, we have another reference point, so it's nice and clear for them when they look down. That's a whole different type of lens technology that is not even out there, other than ours. So it's amazing, and not to mention the blue light and all the things that it's happening nowadays with our world.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, just making sure that they can see the best they can. That's how they're learning right now. So yeah, I love it. Well, I really want to thank you guys for coming on here today, and thank you, Jeff, for giving away lenses, and thank you, Erin, for showing our patients some of the cool new stuff that we're offering here, and we're really excited when things get back to normal to see all of our patients. So, and I thank you for your time. You guys spent 45 minutes. You didn't have to with us and our patients, so thank you very much.
Of course.
No, thank you guys.
See more, do more.
Yes, that's right. We will. Okay. Boom. Bye. Bye.
So one of the things we didn't actually touch on is eye protection. So people say, yeah, you did. Well, we did talk about sunglasses, but the aspect of lenses physically protecting our eyes is going to be things that is not talked about anywhere near enough. So they say 85% of the injuries that happen during sports could have been prevented if kids were wearing proper eye gear. Well, either they're not wearing eye gear, and I have a friend of mine who has several kids, and he's coached many different types of sports. And I asked him, I said, do you ever talk to the kids about eye protection? The only thing that I'm required to talk to the kids about, he said, was wearing their helmet for baseball. He didn't coach football, so it wasn't that wasn't that many injuries. And I go, wow. And he goes, but that's a good idea. So the idea of protecting your eyes, I tell people, I said, protect your eyes for the most selfish reasons possible. That you want your own eyes to last you the rest of your own life. People go, well, why wouldn't they? And I said, there's lots of reasons why they wouldn't. But it's mostly going to be things that you did or you were doing that are going to cause these things. Sometimes there's accidents, sometimes you couldn't have predicted. But the lens is protecting your eyes. During sports, there's contact. And hopefully we get back to sports. But the whole concept of protecting your eyes for the kids is not talked about anywhere near enough. So sunglasses in the sun, blue light glasses to block things indoors and on the devices, eye protection during sports. These are things that aren't talked about for children enough. And these are some of the things we wanted to talk about today. And we welcome any questions.
Oh, I need to look at questions. I don't even have the questions up here. Does anybody have any questions? Well, you did have a question about Dave for night driving. There's a couple things you can do. A really good anti-reflective coating is important.
So all the
clean windshield is important too. But yeah.
Clean, yeah. And I never wash my car, so
people come in and say if their windshield's dirty. I'm like, you can't getting the best glasses in the world. This isn't going to help. Like.
So making sure that we're blocking glare is going to be one thing. So the anti-reflective coating, and maybe Chrissy can expand on this, but it was developed by NASA for the visors for the astronaut's helmet.
And camera makers, yeah.
So the expensive cameras, the expensive binoculars, these all have very, very high quality anti-reflective coatings. And the anti-reflective coating decreases the bounce of light off the lens itself and the internal reflection within the lens. Now, if you have an anti-coating on the front part and the anti-coating on the back part, these are the best for glare, the best for sunglasses, the best for any type of regular pair of glasses. And so this is part of the problem that people have in different types of lighting condition is glare, headlights at night being one of them. Well, headlights at night are brighter than they've ever been.
It's true, like the blue ones, yeah.
So there are certain types of light tints, not talking sunglasses, light tints that you would put on these type of glasses to decrease the amount of
this is a light yellow
light that's getting through the lens, and the for some people the real pain that they feel in their eyes.
Can you guys see this? So this is a light yellow that I have done for a patient with some driving issues. So
yeah, you can see it like that.
Yeah. So
people go, is that enough? Oh, it makes a big difference. And these lighter colored tints are also excellent for driving around in our gray, cloudy weather. So living in the Northwest, today's a bright, beautiful, sunny day.
Wonderful.
We don't have bright, beautiful, sunny days every day of the week. Not really.
Not like once a month, maybe.
So in the wintertime, it's actually kind of gray and gloomy. Well, this is a pair of glasses that you could put on that's actually going to make things and enhance and decrease the amount of bothersome light.
And more usable light in your eye.
Yeah, and it would filter ultraviolet light, and it's also going to filter a certain amount of UV light and blue light.
Okay. And I do want to touch on too, a lot of people come in and say, I got anti-reflective coating and my friend got anti-reflective coating 5 years ago and it was horrible and it scratched and it peeled and I don't want to ever want it again. And you know what, the first thing I tell them, I say, did you have the same cell phone that you had 10 years ago? Is it the same? Like, no. I'm like, the new anti-reflective coatings are actually hydrophobic in Washington. Well, hydrophobic in Washington, that means water won't stick to it. It falls off. It beads up into little droplets. It's actually fantastic. It's warranted. Essilor guarantees their products for 2 years from scratching. So we actually guarantee our lenses for 2 years. So, you know, if you think of lenses like they were a cell phone, they're not the same thing they were before. So, you know, getting those.
They're not the same things even 2 years ago.
Oh no, they're way better. Yeah. So I remember that when I first started doing this in 2001, I don't want to age myself, but so I started doing this thing. It was like oily and it was purple and it was just awful. And it's just
fingerprints.
Oh, so bad. They were just dirty all the time. And you know, we still sold it because you could see better out of it. But we're gonna do a blue light demo actually real quick too, because we have about 9 minutes left with you guys, and we're gonna do one next week. But we're gonna start phasing these out as things start opening back up, and we can actually get you in our offices. So I don't know if I can do this. Can you hold up this paper? So we want to talk about how blue light filter works through transitions. This is a transition lens. I don't know if it's a Gen 8. I doubt it is. But see how the blue light's on the paper? Look, see how much blocks? It blocks out 20%. See the difference? See the transition lines I drew on there? That's how it blocks blue light. So this is a blue light pen right here.
Show them from an angle.
Okay.
You can have the 100% intensity. Hold it up in front a little bit.
Okay.
So shine the blue light.
Okay.
And then put the lens in front of it.
Whoop. See the difference? That's what's going into your eye with blue light. That's what's fixing it. Pretty rad, huh? Look at that. Pretty big difference. And that's what a transition lens or a blue light filter lens will do for you. And with your kids, the more of those you put on, the transitions, the Eisen, and the Crizal blue light filter, that's triple protection for your kids. So we strongly encourage that. We want only the best for our patients and for our personal children. You know, I would say when I'm helping a patient, I want to treat them like family, and I would never ever not recommend something I wouldn't recommend to my own mother. And my mother has some rad glasses, so.
I'm still waiting for mine.
I know.
Mine's are gonna
yeah, they're gonna be so cool. I'm so excited. I was super psyched when we did those. But anyways, that's yeah. What else do we want to talk about? We have about 10 more minutes left, or 8 minutes.
Okay, let's see. So we're thinking of potentially opening back up June 1st.
Oh yeah, we're talking about our opening. Yeah.
So June 1st. Well, the guidance from the governor, and you know, we're trying to adhere to all the safe protocols, and we're still seeing patients, and we're still seeing patients because patients still need us. There are a lot of places that are closed. And people go, well, what does that mean? I said, if you got a stick in the eye or if you had some type of eye infection, going to the hospital right now is probably not in your best interest. Going to the hospitals for those type of problems is not in your best interest anyway. See your eye doctor for these things.
We can help you. Yeah.
Eye problems are seen by eye doctors.
Mm-hmm.
So
he looks at eyes all day. That's all he does. Yeah.
That's me. Almost 30 years now.
Yeah.
So people go, okay, so what else? And I said, well, if you're an essential worker, if you're a frontliner, healthcare worker, someone who's essential to the community, you have priority in getting into this office and
Absolutely.
us taking care of you.
Yes.
We are here still 5 days a week, very limited hours. We're not working full time anymore.
We're open a little bit more, but yeah.
We're going to start to ramp it up
Yep.
because that's what the guidance says, is that they're easing social distancing.
Yes.
And people go, okay, so that means what? And I said, so it's not going back to business as usual. There are masks that are going to be worn in the office. We want the staff to be safe because we're being exposed to the public from the outside world.
Mm-hmm. And
patients want to be safe with us. I mean, I always think what I do is almost the exact opposite of social distancing. You know, I'm up close and personal for some of the things that I do. And this is an uncomfortable situation. Understand we are taking all the precautions to make sure that you are safe and that we are safe. So we just want to make sure that everyone understands that. So today is what, the 8th?
Mm-hmm.
So we've got about 3 weeks before we're going to be opening it back up for regular business, but we're not closed. So if there's anything that you need, please call us. You know, the phone number is easily gotten online. Chrissy can post it again. We will answer the questions. Sometimes you'll get in our answering machine. Please leave a message and we will get back to you.
Mm-hmm. We're here for you. Like we are, you know, in this all in this together, and no matter like how small or big your issue is, we want to hear it. We want to help you with it. We love doing this. We would be crazy not like, you know, after doing this for so long. Like this is what we've done every day for a very, very long time, and we want to help you and be here and broken glasses, things like that. So yeah, give us a call. And I think on that we have 5 minutes left. Do you want to go ahead and end it early?
I think I've talked about all the things that I want to talk about today.
And again, we want to say special thanks definitely to essilor Products today for coming in and bringing their experts to help us and give some products away. Congratulations to Dave for winning. That's so cool. And we will see you guys here next week, next Friday, and have a great weekend. Enjoy the sunshine, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.